Hello, Internet. Here we are for another Arena Cube draft. So, looking at this pack, there are three cards that really stand out to me power level wise. There's Karn, which is just a really solid Planeswalker card advantage engine, good in almost every deck. There's Brazen Borrower, which is nice piece of early interaction that is also a nice clock, can pressure planeswalkers and stuff. And there's Questing Beast. Questing Beast just has a million lines of text on it. It is great at killing planeswalkers, can kind of dominate a board on its own, demands an answer really quickly. I think I'll just stay open and take the Karn here. I think Questing Beast is probably the strongest of the three cards, but Karn being colorless, there's some added value there. If I had taken the Questing Beast, I would be really happy to pick up this Kazandu Mammoth. As it stands, Rankle, Chainer's Edict, Cloudblazer, Shadow Spear, if I wanted an artifact. Though Karn is often good in decks that Shadow Spear is not good in. It's also a God Pharaoh's Gift. That's a kind of interesting card. Could see what I could do with that, maybe. It is a 7-drop. Maybe I'll just take the Chainer's Edict. I do like Cloudblazer. I'm gonna take Cloudblazer because I like it. that's mostly why. Thassa's kind of cute with Cloudblazer. That's a cute little combo. But I think I'm just gonna take the Glacial Fortress. If I end up in a blue-white control deck, Glacial Fortress is extremely valuable. And Karn and Cloudblazer both play really well towards that game plan. Pact of Negation's pretty nice. That can allow me to kind of tap out for a big threat and then have counter magic backup still. I think I like that. Okay. So it looks like green is being cut. There's only Savage Stomp as far as green cards. Sarkhan the Masterless is a pretty good red card. If I wanted to dip into black, there's like Heartless Act. Might just grab this Watery Grave. I'm not sure what my colors are yet, but there's a decent chance I end up splashing regardless of what colors I end up in, so I don't hate having a Watery Grave. There's also Disallow, which is fine. Ooh. Okay, so Scholar of the Lost Troves. This card is very good. Can cast an instant sorcery or artifact card from my graveyard. I don't have anything that it works great with just yet, but I think it is just a really strong card. Insult to Injury is also strong. Block of Predation. The MDFCs are all pretty solid. Just the floor on them is pretty high. Skycat Sovereign is a good card. And I'm considering it. We do have Cloudblazer. We could still pivot towards a more aggressive version of the deck. You know, I'm actually going to take the Skycat. So 7-drops are just not that important. Like, you're gonna end up with a bunch of good expensive cards, so I'm not too worried about the about filling that spot on my curve. Whereas good 2-drops are harder to come by. This might not go in my deck. If I'm like blue-white control, Skycat Sovereign is like kind of mediocre. Take the Eldest Reborn. I have this Watery Grave. It's a pretty good splash. Could also consider Bright Climb Pathway, but I think I like the Eldest Reborn. Whew. We're not really close to Niv Mizzeting, are we? That seems like a stretch. What else am I playing here? I guess I could take the Steam Vents in case I end up splashing red. Yeah, I'll take the Steam Vents. Witching Well's a fine card in blue-white control. It also plays well with Karn because I can minus. It grows my construct. It's also Ether Hub. Ether Hub's fine. Okay. Well, I'll take the Chainer's Edict. That's another strong card. It's still possible that I could just end up in, like, blue-black. Like, I'm not necessarily playing white. I might splash white for the Cloud Blazer, but I think blue-black control is also a good deck. I don't think I'm going to miss Boon of the Wishgiver so much. Again, 6 mana spell. You just end up with so much expensive stuff in your deck, so I'm going to take the Drowned Catacomb, I think. Thought Erasure is pretty good if I end up playing blue-black. Also Lay Claim, which is a pretty good thing to do up the curve. I'll take Thought Erasure. I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. I guess I'll take Sejiri Shelter, but I'm probably not playing either of these cards. I guess I'm slightly more likely to play that. Okay. So I'm like pretty firmly in some kind of Esper something or other here. Unclear. Like blues, I'm going to be probably base blue, splashing either white or black, probably. So I like Atris or Hostage Taker. Probably Hostage Taker. Seems like a really high impact card. Although Atris is just like a really solid 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 sometimes. I'm gonna take Atris, I think. I'm not confident in this pick. It feels close to me. I'm not sure which of those is stronger. I love me a Mazemind Tome. That's just a great card in almost every deck. So an Amaria's Call that I'd be pretty happy to play if I end up heavier white, but still not committing just yet. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy to pick up a Torrential Gearhulk here. Wow, we got a lot of strong stuff. There's also Thirst for Knowledge that I would probably play. Angel of Sanctions is very, very strong. What do I have that I'm copying with this? Okay, not a ton yet, but Torrential Gearhulk is strong enough that I'm just going to take it and I'll find some stuff to copy. So we can take Spell Pierce. This cube is not hugely like Spell Pierce is funny. It's actually better in Vintage Cube than it is in this cube, just because Vintage Cube is much less about creatures. There's Gaunty. Lurrus is kind of cute with Witching Well. And Mazemind Tomb. I think I like Gaunty, though. Leaning more towards playing blue-black and just splashing white for the Cloud Blazer. Bloodchief's Thirst seems like a good removal spell. I think I like that. Is that better than Castle Vantress? Probably. Blood Chief's Thirst is really good. The flexibility of kill anything or cast it for 1 mana seems pretty strong here. I like Hagra Mauling. That's another one that's really flexible. Also, I can flash it back with the Torrential Gearhulk. Okay, so we're kind of settling into like a blue-black control deck. Censor, I think I like a little bit better than Opt. I don't think we're Curious Obsessioning. We're not heavy enough white to want Birth of Meletis. I don't think we're Reanimator. I'm just going to take the Dragon Skull Summit. We already have another red duel, so it's possible we find something we want to splash there. Seagate Restoration seems like it could be good in certain matchups. I think I like that better than Pharika's Spawn. Pharika's Spawn feels a little, just a little dorky. Brain Maggot. I think that's better than Filigree Familiar. There's also an Approach of the Second Sun. You know, Approach might actually be a good win condition for us. I kind of don't hate that. Let's try that. That could be fun. Wow. Angel of Sanctions. And Sphinx's Rev. Angel of Sanctions, I think, is an extremely, extremely powerful card. Unfortunately, I'm splashing the white. I'm pretty firmly in blue-black at this point, so I'm going to take the Thirst for Knowledge. A couple of... I have 1 artifact to pitch right now. Take Chart a Course. It's like a decent card draw spell. There's also Spell Pierce. I'll take the Chart a Course, though. I'm not playing Helm of the Host. We have the Witching Well that works with Thirst for Knowledge as well. I'll take the Rites here. I don't think I'm playing it, but there's a small chance that I end up with enough stuff. Ominous Seas is interesting. Eatris doesn't actually draw cards. We probably don't have enough actual card draw to make that work. Looking at this pack, there's Teferi's Tutelage, which is like a decent win condition. Target opponent, darn. I was wondering if I'd be able to mill myself to find the Approach of the Second Sun. I think I'll just take the Elspeth's Nightmare, though. This card's just really solid. Probably Dungeon Geists. It's like kind of a removal spell. How many instants and sorceries do I have? I do have 10 instants and sorceries. Maybe this could be a Talrand deck? 10 instants and sorceries is like getting to the... but one of those is Seagate Restoration. And another one is Approach of the Second Sun. I'll probably wheel the Talrand as well. I think I'm going to take the Dungeon Gates. There's also Perilous Mirror, which is just like a pretty good defender. Wow, lots of good cards here. So there's a Fatal Push, which is a really nice piece of interaction. It's an instant, so it works well with Torrential. Like it powers up the Torrential Gearhulk in that way. Castle Locthwain is really good. There's also Temple of Deceit. Isolated Chapel, Commit, Skittering Surveyor. We kind of just want this whole pack. We've got a lot of playables. I think I'm just going to shore up my mana a little bit more with this Temple of Deceit here. I think I like that better than the Castle or Fatal Push. It feels close. Okay, I'm definitely happy to pick up a Vraska's Contempt here. That's the exact kind of card you want to go with Torrential Gearhulk. Arch of Orazca could be good. Winged Words, but I don't have many creatures with flying. I have Cloud Blazer, Dungeon Geists. I guess I'll play or take the Arch. I don't know if I'm playing it or not just yet. Oh, wow. Okay. So we got a lot of good stuff here. So there's an Irrigated Farmland, which I would definitely play. There's also a Crawling Barrens. Crawling Barrens is, like, kind of a real threat. This is... It just gets really big really fast. I don't hate it as a control finisher, but we already have one colorless land. I think I'm going to take the farmland. I'm not positive on that pick. That's not clear to me. Inscription of Insight. Seems okay. There's also an Icy Manipulator. It's a little on the slow side. Plague Crafter I don't think is where we want to be. Could take like a folio for the sideboard. I'll take the Inscription. Wow. Waker of Waves. Waker of Waves is just a good card. That's just a pretty strong... now that's got me considering this on Burial Rites if I've got a Waker of Waves. There's also a Prophetic Prism, which just helps fix my mana, puts an artifact in play for Karn, but I'm going to take the Waker of Waves and we'll see what we can do here. I'll take the Tutelage for the sideboard. I don't think I want Nimble Obstructionist. It's a little off-plan for this deck. I'm going to take the Perilous Mirror to side it in against aggressive decks as just like a roadblock, I think. Oh, wow, we wield the Castle and the Isolated Chapel. I think here I'm going to take the Castle, and that way I don't have to play the Arch of Orazca, and my mana gets a little bit better. Yeah. So Oracle Seagate Stormcaller can copy... It's got a couple of targets, but nothing to... Like, I can copy Chart of Course, Chainer's Edict, Thought Erasure. Oh, I ran out of time there. I'm probably not playing this Thassa's Oracle. Bolas's Citadel is sweet, but we're probably not playing it in this deck. Okay, let's change the layout here. Yeah, we ended up with like a lot of... You can see you end up getting kind of choked at the 4 mana slot sometimes. So probably not playing any planes, right? I've got 3 white sources. That's, I think, enough for these 2 cards. So this is 15, 16, 17, if I count the Seagate Restoration and the Hagra Mauling. I think I'd like at least 18. Let's toss in another swamp. So that's a 19 lands, including our 2 Moto double-faced cards. And then I might toss in this Unburial Rites. I have a couple of decent targets for it. Like, I have... all of my creatures are things that I wouldn't mind getting back, like Gaunty, Dungeon Geists, Atris, Cloudblazer, Gearhulk, Waker of Waves. Those are all good things to get back. And between Thirst for Knowledge, Atris, and Waker of Waves, I have a lot of ways of getting stuff into my graveyard. Debating if I want to include this Perilous Mirror in my main deck as a, just kind of a roadblock. What would I be swapping? So I could do it in for a land. That's one option. And that way I'd be playing 18 lands, counting the 2 MDFCs. This deck is very mana hungry. I feel like we're a little weak to aggro. Like, we've got a lot of really powerful stuff up the curve. Like, once we hit our like, once we get up to 4, but earlier on, it's a little bit weaker. So what if Perilous Mirror helps with that? It's also an artifact, so it powers up the Karn Minus and is good for Thirst for Knowledge. Gives me another thing to discard. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's count up our sources. So blue sources, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's pretty... 11 with the Seagate Restoration. Black sources, we have 5, 6... Or, sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10, counting the Bright Climb Pathway. Okay, so we can definitely swap an island for a swamp here. And then white sources, we have 3. 3 white sources seems... I think that's okay. I mean, we just have the Approach of the Second Sun and the Cloudblazer. And both of those are pretty far up the curve. Like, I'm not worried about having white by the time we're trying to approach. So really, it's just the Cloudblazer. And 3 sources seems okay for that. Yeah, I think this deck is good. I'm gonna run it. Okay, here we are for round 1. Well, unfortunately, I don't think we can keep this hand. We only have 2 lands. We're missing a color. Even if we hit a 3rd land, unless it's a blue, it doesn't really do anything for us. So, I'm gonna mulligan. This hand's a little better. So... what do I pitch here? So I'm definitely keeping. So I could get rid of the Eldest Reborn. That's kind of the obvious choice. I'm also kind of considering, like, if I'm able to discard a thing with Chart a Course, then I might be able to reanimate it with Eldest Reborn. Could pitch Chart a Course. That seems a little bit greedy. Yeah, I'll get rid of the Eldest Reborn. Go ahead and play this Chart a Course. probably get rid of Thought Erasure here. Could also be Chainer's Edict, but against a red, yeah, I'm gonna pitch the Thought Erasure. I think we're against red. I'm probably gonna want creature removal. Okay. Well, that works okay. So I can Elspeth's Nightmare, the Perilous Mirror. Yep, I take 2, but then I get to duress my opponent next turn. And I'll also get to play a Gonti or a Karn, depending on what my opponent does.
Anyone need a match?
Okay.
No.
Yeah, Chandra
Go get
Acolyte
him,
of Flame's
buddies.
pretty good. Well, I'm kind of scared of Banefire in a longer game. But I guess I'll take the Abrade because I'm planning on playing Gonti, and this way if my opponent wants to get rid of the Gonti, they have to spend their whole turn abrading it. Or Banefiring it. You may cast that card. Okay. So, Grim Lavamancer's kind of interesting. Oh, wait, but I don't have red. Never mind. Okay, I'll take the Channeler. So, okay, so they went ahead and cast Banefire, sure.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yep. Alright, I guess I'll Karn an Uptick. Let's use my mana. Karn Downtick is not great versus Chandra.
I will get good choice.
Okay, well, approach is actually pretty good. Gaining 7 is kind of real, and with Karn out, I can churn through my library to get it back. So, approach gives me a way to win this game. Play Island and say go. Hellrider. Yeah, that's good with Chandra.
Go get him, buddies.
Mm-hmm. Seems good. They're all going face, right? Yep. Okay, I'm gonna cycle this sensor. Draw. Chainer's Edict, I think. Make them sack a creature. And I probably play the Magmatic Channeler. Am I minusing Karn? 4, 2. Yeah, I think I minus Karn. So next turn I really want to be able to approach, right? So, I have a timeout. Okay. Yeah, I'll Karn down tick.
There is great power in the people.
And a Watery Grave tapped. Just trying to stay alive so that I can cast this Approach of the Second Sun. If my opponent ends up tapping out for a Captivating Crew, I can Hagra Mauling it. Or Shaker Kendra doesn't shut down our Magmatic Channeler because we have our 4 instants and sorceries in the graveyard. Captivating Crew, yep. That's fine. Make 2 1/1s. Are they going face? Face, face. Yep. I'll block one of them. Go down to 5. Yep. Okay. So now I can Hagra Mauling on the Captivating Crew. I can kill the Chandra with the Magmatic Channeler. Alright, thank goodness. Get that thing off the board.
Time to sleep.
That Chandra is actually really scary. It's a good card.
Some solutions must be built.
It's just like really difficult to interact with, right? Because if you're the deck that's if you're the aggressive deck, then your opponent doesn't usually want to attack you. So getting a 4 loyalty Planeswalker off the board's hard, and then like you don't care if they block the tokens. Hazoret? Yikes, okay. Well, that's actually okay. Because we can Chainer's Edict to make them sack that Hazoret, so that's not terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and Karn minus to grab the Approach of the Second Sun now, because getting it is pretty important for our game plan. I'm gonna hang on to this island because I might want to pitch it to a Magmatic Channeler, and I'm not going to attack because that's not how we're winning this game. We're winning through approaching. And between Magmatic Channeler and Karn, we can get to this approach pretty darn quickly. Damage to target creature or Planeswalker. Oh, crud. I was probably supposed to counter that. I didn't even think about it, but actually that's fine. I don't really care about that, actually, now that I think about it, because I can still approach. Gain 7. Magmatic Channeler. Discard this land. Get 2 closer. Take the Locthwain. And then I'll play that. And I'll say go. So, draw for the turn. Channeler, Channeler. Waker of Waves. Approach. Yeah, okay, you can Magma Jet my thing, that's fine. And I'm gonna let them have this Kenra because I'm actually kind of more scared of it coming back from the graveyard. Because on the board it just hits me for 2, but coming back from the graveyard it could crew this Sky Sovereign. Okay, so if I Waker... Wait. Waker gets look at the top 2 and put one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I think I win this turn. I'm gonna Waker ability. I'll take the, I don't know, the Cloud Blazer, I guess. And then I'm gonna play Bright Climb Pathway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a Magmatic Channeler, pitching Cloud Blazer. Take the approach. Play the approach. And we win. What? What happened? Why didn't we win? Where did it go? I'm so confused. What happened? Where is it? It's not exiled. It's not in our graveyard. If the spell was cast from your hand and... Oh, I did it wrong. Oops. Okay. Well, I learned something. So, if this spell was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, you win the game. Okay. Lesson learned. Whoopsies. So I should have pitched the Pact of Negation. Well, that makes this game a little bit harder. I guess I'll Magmatic Channeler pitching this Temple of Deceit. Get 2 cards. What do I have in my graveyard? I think I have like a Hagra Mauling or something that I can play. Although I actually don't really want to. Seagate Restoration does get me a little bit deeper. Okay, that's too funny. I'm taking the Seagate. Alright. Draw 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I guess I'll play this land, because, I don't know, why not? Say go. Alright, so I have to be careful not to do the channeler thing again. Yep. Let my opponent go with the Earthshaker Kenra, that's fine. They hit me for 2. Okay. So I don't want to Magmatic Channeler now. I do want to Atris, and then I'll just take the pile with the pathway in it, or with the approach in it. 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough to cast it this turn, but that's fine. I could probably find the mana I need to cast it with a Magmatic Channeler pitching the Perilous Mirror. So I can cast the first copy from off of a Magmatic Channeler. I just can't cast the second copy. I will choose the Approach of the Second Sun. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I will Channeler pitching the Mirror, looking for an untapped land. I only have 5 cards left in my deck. Jeez. There's the land. Okay, played it from my hand this time. Okay. Woo! Look at that. Learned something new today. Okay. Against aggro, does that change how I want to sideboard? Mangara's pretty good, but it is my splash color. I don't really want to bring in more of my splash color against aggro. Yeah, I think I'll just run it how it is. Okay. Hmm. This hand's a little on the slow side against mono red. I do have all my colors, and Chart a Course can help dig me to something. I think I'll keep. Chart a Course can help me find something to do on turn 3. Or maybe Waker of Waves can. One Pyromancer. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, well, that was a nice draw. Magmatic Channeler. Sure. I think I'll go ahead and Waker of Waves. Yeah. I'll do it now, in case I hit, like, a tap land. Elspeth's Nightmare seems good. I'll take that. And I'll play this Seagate Restoration tapped. Captivating Crew. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty big. Well, do I Hagramawing the Captivating Crew? That uses my mana efficiently. But also Elspeth's Nightmare, the Magmatic Channeler, but kind of like just preventing the damage from the Captivating Crew by using Hagramawing. This way, next turn I can do Nightmare plus Chart a Course too. Hazoret. Okay, well that's a problem. They can't attack with it this turn unless they have like a shock or something. But it is scary. Yeah. So that's good. So we get Elspeth's Nightmare to get rid of the Magmatic Channeler. Could also just Dungeon Geist down the Hazoret. Hazoret's pretty much guaranteed to hit me for 5. I think I'm gonna Nightmare. Maybe I lead on Chart a Course. My worry is that if I play Dungeon Geist and they're able to use Magmatic Channeler between the cards in their hand, the card they draw, and then Magmatic Channeler, there's a decent chance they find an answer to it. So, and then we're kind of back where we started here, so... I'll pitch a Swamp. And then I will Elspeth's Nightmare on the Magmatic Channeler. Chandra. Yikes.
When people start, yup, you're going down.
Okay, well, that's good. Ooh. Ox of Agonis, okay. Oh, we could just grab a Waker of Waves. That's pretty good. Ooh, throat strike. out of my, oh, I'm not out. Love my carbonated water. Yeah, getting back a Waker of Waves seems pretty good. And if they want to spend their turn Chandraing it, then that's okay. It is a little unfortunate that our opponent is going to be able to Ox of Agonis and draw a fresh new hand this turn.
This'll be easy.
Okay, here comes the Ox. On the plus side, we do have Elspeth's Nightmare about to exile their graveyard, so if the Ox dies, it'll be hard for it to come back. Oh, oh, crud. I probably wanted to Torrential Gearhulk and Hagramauling on the Ox so that it would be exiled with the graveyard. Yeah, that's not ideal. Okay, what am I doing here? So, could Atris, could hold up Gearhulk, plan on like mauling their thing end of turn. Probably play this Irrigated Farmland because I'm gonna want white. I don't really want to cycle this. I don't think I'm attacking. Yeah. This Chandra is going to be able to just burn us out pretty soon here. Like, next turn they can emblem it. Between Hazoret's activated ability and Chandra, they've got a lot of just burn to our face. Well, if our opponent wants to minus the Chandra on the Waker of Waves, I'm pretty okay with that, I think. So, I think I'm gonna block here. Lava Coil. Ugh, Lava Coil's so good. Yeah, okay. If they don't have another creature, we're okay.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
Yeah, just Banefire my face. Just Banefire my face for like 4. That would be ideal. Okay, so if my opponent Banefires, yep. Sure. So this is interesting. So I could Gearhulk to counter the Banefire, but I'm kind of thinking if I Gearhulk to get back Hagramauling, I'm gonna go down to 8. If I Gearhulk to get back Hagramauling, attack or block. Oh, the Hazoret can't attack or block. Okay. So, I think I want to be able to get the okay. I'm gonna take the Banefire. And now I'm gonna Hagramawing the Perilous Mirror. This might all look weird. Oh, well, there's a Bloodchief's Thirst. But I think I want to Chainer's Edict to get rid of the Hazaret, because that's a card that is very difficult to get off the board and was going to be able to chip in for the last few points. And this way I can stop Chandra from ulting here. I am in a pretty precarious spot, though, because they can plus Chandra. That puts me to 4, and then I'm dead to a lot of stuff.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Sarkhan? Alright, well, that's very bad.
Let us fight.
I think that just kills us. Each planeswalker you control. Yeah. So if they just plus, we're dead.
They are coming.
They got this one. Okay. Thinking more about this Mangara, it seems pretty good. Maybe like double spelling a lot. Take out like this Seagate Restoration maybe. How many lands do I have? I have 16. So I'd still be playing 17 lands. Seagate Restoration seems generally not great versus them. Put in Mangara. And then cut like a swamp for a plains. Because landing a Mangara against them seems really good if I'm able to just start gaining life and drawing cards off of it. I have a Chainer's Edict. If I get to Thirst, this hand all of a sudden gets really good because I can discard on Burial Rites and a creature. I'm gonna keep. I just need to hit a land of any kind. That's not a land. It is a good thing to hit with Burial Rites, though. So if I hit a land, as long as I hit a land this turn. Just hit a land this turn. That's a land. I'll accept that. Can Chainer's Edict them. Okay, so now next turn I can pitch Cloudblazer on Burial Rites. And hopefully then I can get back the Cloudblazer with the Unburial Rites. Crash through, yeah, okay. Grim Lavamancer. Want to Gonti, or do I want to do the Cloudblazer on Burial Rites play? Gonti affects the board more now. I kind of like that. I kind of like the thing that affects the board right now. Huh. Well, Spikefield Hazard's a pretty good answer to the Grim Lavamancer. Sarkhan the Masterless is a good card, but I have no shortage of good 5-drops. I think I'd rather just take the 1-mana play. Okay. Alright, there's a land. So... I think I want a Cloud Blazer here. If I Cloud Blazer, they just kill it with the Grim Lavamancer. Thirst for Knowledge seems a little awkward because it's just slow. Eldest Reborn, they sack the Lavamancer, and then my Spikefield Hazard isn't good anymore. I guess I'll Cloud Blazer. Ooh, Approach of the Second Sun. I like that. That's good. That gives me a way to win. So next turn I'm probably going to play Eldest Reborn plus Spikefield Hazard. Or rather, Spikefield Hazard first and then Eldest Reborn. And then the following turn I can Approach of the Second Sun, maybe? I've got a lot of card draw to dig to my approach. Okay, they Magma Jet my Cloud Blazer. Sure. I'm pretty okay with that. I don't like the fact that they scryed 2 to the top, though. That's... it's not good. Yep. Alright, so let's start with Spikefield Hazard on the Grim Lavamancer. And now let's go ahead and Eldest Reborn, I think. Yep. So the Eldest Reborn will be able to buy back our Cloud Blazer. Hopefully we'll be able to, if we hit a land this next turn, we can approach before we get back our Cloud Blazer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So they discard a card. So I think I like Approach better than Chainer's Edict here. Because that way we're already digging for our approach with the Cloud Blazer. Outrider, yeah, okay, they got a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Take the Cloud Blazer. Ooh. So, we could draw the approach next turn. Kind of like that. So if let's start with a Thought Erasure, I think. Am I just dead? Okay, step 1. Am I dead on board? So if they steal my thing, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 4 is 11, 12. Okay. So in that case, let's Thought Erasure. Okay, well, I'll grab the Hazoret. That seems pretty good. And then as good as Bloodchief's Thirst would be, I actually am just bottoming 100% no matter what I draw. And bottom. That puts the approach on top. Now I can Karn, make a Karnstruct.
I advise
And I should win next turn with the approach. Yep. Gain control of my Cloud Blazer. Attack with everything. I take a bunch. I block the biggest thing. Approach at the second sun. Woo! Okay. Deck's working just like we drew it up. On to round 2. Here we are for round 2. Yeah, this hand seems good. Got a speed bump if we're against an aggressive deck. We can attack our opponent's hand if we're against a slower deck with this Thought Erasure. Got some card advantage. Let's see what our opponent's got going on. Okay, well. Huh. So they can't cast any of their cards. I like that. That's good. None of these are that threatening because they can't cast them. I guess I'd take the Oracle. That's the card that I'm most worried about. Thrashing Brontodon can kill the Mazemind Tome, but I'm just like, sure, whatever. That's not a big deal. They got a Mirari's Wake Devils play at some point. But I'm just going to take the Oracle. I'm going to put the Witching Well to our graveyard. I've already got a lot of card advantage. Ooh, Karn. Well, I like Karn. Given that I drew Karn, I think I want to play Mazemind Tome? Maybe? No. I'll just hold up Thirst for Knowledge. Thirst lets me use my mana a little bit more efficiently. And I'll discard this Perilous Mirror. Okay. Drowned Catacomb. Play our Karn. I will uptick Karn. We'll probably get a Swamp. Sure. Okay, so they can play their Thrashing Brontodon. Finale X1. Well, whatever this is, it's probably getting Bloodchief's Thirst. Yep, let's... Well, here, let's... There's a question. Do I plan on minusing Karn? I actually kind of like that, yeah. I think I just want to get on the board and kill my opponent before they're able to start getting all this powerful stuff going. So I'm just going to start making some Karnstructs.
Awaken.
Play Mazemind Tome, and I'll leave up Censor or a Mazemind Tome activation. Because my opponent probably is going to try to Thrashing Brontodon here. Censor that. And that feels like it's got to be the game. Yep, so I can Karn minus again.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
Right climb pathway, play a Cloud Blazer, draw 2, go to combat, hit ya, end turn, and now if they get up Thrix, I can just aggro mauling. Okay. Sure, Vivian Raid's fine. If they minus to kill a thing, I just kill the Vivian, so I'm not like too worried about that. Oh. Well, I super don't care about that. Yeah, go for it. I'll get rid of this Castle Loxway and try to find something that has a little bit more immediate impact.
Means retribution.
Let's start with can grab that Waker of Waves. I don't hate that actually while my opponent's tapped out.
Your patience is rewarded.
Okay, play a 7/7. I'll hit Vivian, hit you, hit you.
I always survive. You'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, our opponent had a bit of a clunky hand. Unfortunate draw there for them. I think we'll just go ahead and run it back how it is. Yeah, this hand's a little slow, but I think I'll keep. Charter Course is nice with Eldest Reborn because I can like discard this Cloud Blazer and then get it back with the Eldest Reborn. Vraska's Contempt seems pretty good against a lot of our opponent's creatures. And their Vivian. Okay, I'm Burial Rites, that's... Negate. Yeah, Negate's good. That does hurt us. Slows us down pretty substantially. We don't have any play this turn because of that. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to Vraska's Contempt that, I think, because Oracle just goes off if it's on the battlefield for too long. Love if my opponent just like tapped out for a Vivian. Yeah. Yeah, exactly what I want. Perfect. Because now I can just Eldest Reborn it.
My newest friend.
And then I get to steal their Vivian shortly. Okay, they got a Kogla out of the deal. That's pretty good. I'll probably end up having to pact the Kogla. How much do I care about Mirari's Wake? They end up with like 1,000,000 mana. You know, you can have Mirari's Wake. I'll allow it. Okay. I don't have anything in my graveyard, do I? Let's go ahead and Cloud Blazer. Go play the Temple of Deceit now. Gearhulk's good. I will keep that one for sure. Okay, so now I don't have to pact the Kogla when they play it. Because I can, next turn I can Torrential Gearhulk. Yeah, so this is fine. I'll allow this to resolve. Those fight, sure. Exclusion Mage. Return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Okay, do not care about that at all. Does nothing. So now I get to get back... I think I'm going to grab the Vivian Reed. So Vivian can kill Mirari's Wake, which is nice.
Beasts are much more reliable.
I'm gonna Torrential Gearhulk now. I could wait, but I saw Essence Scatter out of them, and it's such a disaster if it gets well, You know, I do have the Pact of Negation, actually. Maybe I wait for them to attack, and then... and that way I get to eat the Exclusion Mage. Yeah, okay, since I have Pact of Negation, I can make this play.
No one said restoration was painless.
Alright. I'm not going to play the Witching Well because they would get to eat that with the Kogla if I let them... if I let them attack. Oh, crud. This does not work great. Wait. When it enters the battlefield, return a human. Okay. So this is awkward. Okay, Kogla gains indestructible, actually. So this actually still works okay. I just don't get to eat the Exclusion Mage, because they can bounce the Exclusion Mage. That's fine. So, I Torrential Gearhulk, and I get my Vraska's Contempt. And then I can Contempt Kogla. They can make it indestructible by returning the Exclusion Mage, but Contempt exiles, so that's not a problem. It just means that they have the Exclusion Mage in hand. Okay. Well, on to round 3. Okay, here we are for round 3. We are on the play. And yeah, this hand seems pretty good. Hopefully we can find something to put in the bin for this Chart a Course. Or sorry, with this Chart a Course for this Unburial Rites. If not, we can just bin the Unburial Rites and get back something when it dies. Lead on Temple of Deceit. Yeah, Atros is pretty good. I can just play that one on curve. So let's go ahead and Chart a Course. Would still like to draw something big. So because it's an Atris that I got and not something bigger, I think I'm just gonna pitch the Unburial Rites. This way, I'm not missing my lands for a long time. And I've got cheap reanimation spell when I need it. Well, I'll just run out this Mazemind Tome, I guess. I don't really want to play Elspeth's Nightmare into an empty board. But, especially if my opponent's playing red, it seems just very likely that they're going to have some targets for the destroy a creature mode on Elspeth's Nightmare. No, not in the swamp. Shieldbreaker. Okay, well, that's a pretty good one. Does get hit with Elspeth's Nightmare, so they get to 2-for-1 me by playing the Shieldbreaker to destroy my Mazemind Tome, and then playing it as a creature, but then I get to 2-for-1 them right back by Elspeth's Nightmaring them, so works out okay in the end. And I will Nightmare now. The longer you hold Nightmare, the worse it gets, because my opponent is likely to be able to empty their non-creature, like, if they have multiple non-creature, non-land cards, they might be able to get one out of their hand this turn, but they probably can't get multiple. Whereas if I wait until later, they might only have one, and then once they see it coming, they can play their only thing, and the second move will miss. Rotting Regisaur. Okay. When an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Yikes. Well, that's pretty good with the Witch of the Moors. How confident am I that I'm never gonna lose life? Vraska's Contempt's just not that good versus us. So, I think I'll take the Exquisite Blood. Alternatively, I could take the Contempt, play Atris. I had been planning on Hagra Mauling on the Rotting Regisaur, but I might just save the Mauling for the Witch of the Moors now. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. Alright, let's do that. I'm gonna play my Atris. So my opponent's going to be discarding to the Regisaur too. Thought Erasure and a land. Well, Thought Erasure works pretty well with my curve. Because next turn, I haven't played a land this turn, I don't think. So next turn I can Thought Erasure plus Hagra Mauling. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, that's fine. Geist would have been nice, but that's okay. It just would have been really bad if they had put a Thought Erasure in a land face up, and then I had grabbed a land face down. Okay, interesting. We went with the Exquisite Blood. Alright, well, I'll block there. Okay, so I get to exile their graveyard. Now I'm going to Thought Erasure, grab their Witch of the Moors. Toss that land in the yard. Play another land. So we go. They discard. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this now. While they're tapped out, I'll just Hagra. While I know that they can't cast anything, I should say. I'll Hagra Mauling them. So I like my spot here. I mean, they have an Exquisite Blood, but they only have one card in hand. Bastion, sure. And I can play a Waker of Waves this turn, which feels like it's probably just got to be game, right? They can have a 0/1 soldier. The way the Witch of the Moors trigger works, it is a little bit scary against, like, they could reanimate it. So that's something I do have to kind of keep an eye on. I'm gonna Rites back my Atris, I think. Wait, hold up. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much. Oh my gosh. This is an infinite combo. This is terrifying, actually. I have to get this veto off the board immediately. Okay. Well, I'll take the Gear Hulk because that can... allow me to flashback my other thing. This is terrifying. I can't take life or I lose instantly. I can't take any damage. No creatures can die. Or none of their creatures can die. If they draw a removal spell, they can just kill their token, and I lose. Okay. So I think we're okay. No blocks, thank you. Right, because if something dies, Bastion triggers. I lose 1, right? And then because I lost 1, they gain 1. And then because they gain 1, I lost 1. And then because I lost 1, they gain 1, and so on and so forth. So, spooky. But with Gear Hulk, we can get rid of the veto and make that not a problem. So, whew, okay. Narrowly avoided disaster there. And now we'll start attacking. Sure. Yep. And I'll just go ahead and Shanner's the. Oh wait, they can skeleton in response. Whoopsies. That was silly. Whew, okay. So I did not realize that Exquisite Blood comboed with Veto in that way. That makes more sense for why Exquisite Blood's in here. It had seemed like kind of an odd include, but that makes yeah, makes a lot more sense now. So, if I castle, they actually gain life, which is kind of annoying. I have, like, almost all my threats in play, too. Do I want to draw a card to let them gain 3? I don't think so. Ooh, Gonti's a nice one. I like that. Let's see what my opponent has. Which of their cards would I like? So Ashiok gets rid of a lot of the spooky stuff they have in their graveyard. Helm of the Host ends the game very quickly. Think I want the Helm of the Host? It is a little scary that I'm, like, pretty much dead to a reanimation spell here. You know, I think I just want to take the Ashiok. I'm just, like, in such a precarious spot with this, like, if they get back their veto, then I could just lose at any moment, so
I wonder what you
let's go to combat, right?
I leave you with one last. Well, that was a waste.
And turn. Oh, they got some pretty cool stuff going on over there. The Lithoform engine can create copies of Bastion of Remembrance, which is pretty awesome. I guess I'll Seagate Restoration. Draws me 2. I'm not quite in danger of decking that. Karn, okay. Oh, that's minus here.
This is my masterpiece.
Just gonna start Karn minusing. I don't really want to go through too much more of my deck.
Evil cannot withstand a righteous heart.
Sure. So guess I get in with everything? Yeah. Gaunty. Okay. What do I have that I would be scared of? Nothing too much, I don't think. So I kind of can't attack anymore. Oops. Stop. Cycle. Cycle the land. Draw a card. Sure, I'll play the Drowned Catacomb. I don't really want to attack because that opens up my Waker of Waves to being killed by their Gaunty. And
Awaken.
unless are they just dead if I attack? So if I just like Blood Chief's Thirst, the Gaunty, they go up 2 life to 8. They are just dead, I think, right? Yeah, okay. Probably should have let the, done that before Ashiok-ing. Okay. Yep. Oh, they got a pretty cool looking deck going on over there. I like what they're doing. So could how do I just have a lot of stuff that's like really hard to interact with. You know, Skycat Sovereign actually seems pretty good in this matchup. Like, they're clogging up the ground with a bunch of like Bastion tokens and stuff, so just having like a flyer, I kind of like that. So I'll swap out a Seagate, Restoration, 4 up Plains. And then I need to make one more cut. Perilous Mirror seems not great here. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, our opponent is on the play. And this hand's acceptable. Witching Well can hopefully scry me to some more action here. I guess that is more action. It's kind of slow action. 5 mana. I guess I'm really only missing... Oh, you know, maybe I bottom the Dungeon Geist because I don't have my second blue. Yeah, Geist just also doesn't seem that great in this matchup. Like, it's fine. I guess it shuts down the reassembling skeleton, kind of. Keeping Cloudblazer on top might have been a little sketchy there. That's perhaps not the wisest move. It does seem good in this matchup, though. Just having, like, it... Flyers seem good. Okay, that's very good against me.
Surrender your agony to me.
Ashiok is scary.
Behold my epilogue
Yep.
of fear.
Guess I'll say go. Plan on thirsting end of their turn.
Your final.
Okay, there goes my approach of the second sun. Don't like that. Oh, priest, yeah, okay. Hit me. Liliana. Sure.
This battle
This
is
is
going
scary.
to end on my terms.
This is scary. Yeah, keeping that Cloud Blazer was real sketch. I'll start by thirst for knowledging here. Guess I can pitch an irrigated farmland and a Pact of Negation, maybe. And then I have to discard another card. Poof. I guess I'll discard Thought Erasure just because they might be empty-handed soon here.
Sorry for your loss.
This. So I could Karn to start making Karn Strux. Could also Gaunty. Go Gaunty. Thundering Rebuke's really nice. That allows me to interact with their planeswalkers, so I like that. And I might just have to rebuke this Ashiok. My deck is getting real slim here. I can't afford to have too much more of my deck be taken out from under me. Hazoret? What? What is Hazoret doing in this deck? I was not expecting Hazoret to be in the same deck as Ashiok.
I leave you with one.
That's a surprise. I mean, it's good here. Discard a card, you say. Guess I pitch like Island? Pitch Karn. That doesn't seem ideal. It's like one of my few good threats. I guess I can't really plus Karn too much, though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pitch Karn.
You think too much.
What? Oh, it looks like I timed out? Okay. Alright, well, let's hit the Ashiok. Okay.
This has been a nightmare.
So that's one problem dealt with. Now I will Cloud Blazer. Draw 2, gain 2. Veto. Veto's scary. I might have to Thundering Rebuke Veto. I mean, I'm probably just, like, dead here. Do I have to just chump this Hazoret? I'm, like, so close to just being dead. How do I even win from here? Guess I start chumping Hazoret. I'd be down to 2 otherwise. Pitch the Watery Grave.
We're doing things my way.
Okay, Vraska's Contempt was a good draw. So I can Vraska's Contempt the Hazoret. That's definitely happening. And then maybe Thundering Rebuke Veto. Thundering Rebuke the Null Priest, and then they don't have a great attack with Veto. Okay, so let's Contempt the Hazoret. That's good. And then yeah, I guess I'll rebuke the Null Priest. And attack Liliana. Okay. I'm okay with that. Oh, what's this say? Oh, never mind. I'm not okay with that. Gotta remember to read cards.
I bet you've never seen necromancy this good.
From any graveyard. Any graveyard. Witch of the Moors? Okay, well, yeah, you got this one. Okay, let's go to game 3. Some part of me wants to just like bring in Thassa's Oracle to counter, like to just give me another out to win the game. But I don't think that's what I want to do. Because I'd have to draw it at like a very particular time. I just don't have a ton of devotion to blue normally, so like I'd really have to like wait for my library to have no cards left in it. Unfortunately, I don't think I can keep that hand. Well, this hand has an Approach of the Second Sun in it. Chainer's Edict's not great versus them, but I think this is better than an average 6. I at least have like some semblance of a game plan. Really just need to draw some card advantage. Okay, go on discard advantage. Would love to hit my opponent's Ashiok again with the Gonti. Priest, sure. Oh, that's also card advantage. Go ahead and make them sacrifice the priest here. No priest, sure. Let's start by Thirst for Knowledge. Yeah, I'll pitch the Witching Well. Seems good. And I think I'll just go ahead and get rid of that Null Priest right away here. Recursive sources of life gain seem really good in their deck. Gonti. I guess I can like Magma Jet, because that's kind of good with Approach of the Second Sun. It digs me towards it. So I have a plan. I can Wake her to get 2 cards deep, Magma Jet to get 2 more. I just have to be careful not to get my Approach nabbed by like an Ashiok or something. Like that one. I'm just gonna Pact of Negation that. Because Ashiok can really kind of ruin my day with my game plan. I think with what I've got going on here, I'd rather just have the Hagra Mauling as a land, because I'm really just trying to get up to 7 for this Approach of the Second Sun. So, I can play Approach as soon as next turn. If I draw a land. Witch of the Moors. Yeah, which is scary. What is, target creature card. I think, given... I think Witch is like the strongest card in their deck, so I'm just going to go ahead and Chainer's Edict. This does delay my Approach to the Second Sun by 1 turn, but making, like, when my opponent has, like, their strongest creature and nothing else on the battlefield, it's pretty darn tempting to... Liliana. Liliana's good.
Death is an opportunity to
Well,
increase
I'll
my
pitch the Waker of
influence.
Waves.
I really don't
And
care about
here
your
I
plans.
will approach at the second sun. And irrigated farmland. Just go ahead and play it out so I don't have to discard it. Hazoret, okay. Yeah, Hazoret's good.
You think too much.
Torrential Gearhulk. What do I have in my graveyard? Okay, that's pretty good. So I can Gearhulk for Thirst for Knowledge. I can wait till my opponent's turn, but they're probably gonna uptick Liliana before. Actually, no, they won't, because they would want to play the card first, right? So, what are cards that I could hit that would make me want to play them now? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think I will wait until my opponent's turn. Yeah. Demonic Embrace. How good is that? That's probably not good enough. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, they can have the Demonic Embrace. That's fine. So I can Gearhulk. Flashback my Thirst for Knowledge. Discard, I don't know, 2 cards. And then I'll have to discard my last one. The Liliana.
I have no interest in fighting.
Yep, go to
fair.
attackers. Okay. That's fine. Take 8. And then before the end of turn, I can Magma Jet.
Payback
Bottom,
is
bottom. And they approach at the second sun. Woo! Alright. We got there. Wow, that deck was sweet. This was a really fun deck to draft and to pilot. And had a lot of good matches. Wow, I am really, really enjoying the Arena Cube. This is, they were talking about it on Unlimited Resources the other day, but I totally agree with them, where this is the first iteration of the Arena Cube, where it's like, this definitely feels like a cube, and not like a sort of, an attempt at a cube with very, you know, a lot of concessions made due to a limited card pool. This is the first time it really feels like, no, this is a legitimate cube. Like this is a like has well-defined archetypes and combos and stuff. A lot of the jumpstart cards really helped. Like Witch of the Moors. That card's awesome. And Approach the Second Sun from Hour of Devastation. Hour? I think it was from Hour of Devastation. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I have a few more drafts coming up before the Vintage Cube goes up, and then you can look forward to a whole bunch of Vintage Cube content in a few days. So I will catch you next time.